Hello! The last but not the least, okay, so we're teaching now to wear black shirt again. So when teachers job Hey there people, we are back at it again with another task of a student life, and for today's Chica, we do have the technology in the teaching, learning process. So we are now going to talk about the technology itself. So if you're really wondering what technology is, so this might be the best video for you to watch right now. So since we are only studying through online class, and because we do have the tremendous situations that we're facing right now, which is the COVID pandemic, so this will really help us, especially for the students, because this is really intended for the students after all. Yes, because we are now living in a technological world, and that everybody should know about what really is the importance of the technology in our living today. Yun. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so since we are living now in a technological world where people find it more convenient and accessible, technology has an impact on how people interact, learn, and think, because it benefits society and influences how individuals connect with one another on a regular basis. So in today's civilization, it is heavily reliant on technology. It has both beneficial and bad consequences on the planet, but it has also an impact on everyday's life of the people. According to David Warlick, we need technology in every classroom and in every student and teacher's hand, because it is the pen and the paper of our time, and it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. And correct, because it has been stated that technology can play a traditional role, just like as a delivery medium for instructional lessons or in a constructive way as partners in the learning process. Yes, because if we are to ask ourselves on what significance does technology play in education, I believe that everyone has an answer for that. But in my case, the COVID-19 pandemic is fast proving why online education is an important element of teaching and learning. Teachers may leverage on online learning as a strong educational tool by incorporating technology into current curriculum rather than utilizing it merely as a crisis management tool. So the efficient use of digital learning technologies in the society may boost student engagement, and it could also assist teachers in improving lesson planning and enable individualized learning. So aside from that, it also assists students in developing critical 21st century abilities. Okay, so educational technology is a method for teachers to provide material to students by utilizing various current technological tools that includes multimedia, audio visuals and animations, digital devices, personal digital assistants, community resources, database, software libraries or digital libraries, teacher-parent interactions, teacher-teacher interactions, teacher-student interactions, and student-student interactions. What else? The online testing and the role of a teacher in the present era. Okay, so those were the tools of the technology, but let's expound each of the tools of the technology so that we can understand it better. So let's begin with the multimedia. Okay, so the multimedia is the development in computers, communication, and electronics and other multimedia tools to provide a wide range of sensory stimuli. But in generic definition, rather, the multimedia implies that in addition to traditional media, computer information may be conveyed using music, videos, and animation. Okay, so moving forward to the next one, the audio visuals and animations. So it can be used in teaching learning process, of course, and when you apply animation to text or objects in your presentation, they will have sound or visual effects that includes movement. You may also utilize animation to draw attention to key points and manage the flow of information and stimulate the interest of your audience in your presentation. The next one is the personal digital assistants, or the PDA. These are used as e-learning tools, allowing the learners to access the information anytime, anywhere. It is also often known as a mobile computer and is a type of mobile device that serves as a personal information manager. So PDAs have mostly been supplanted by the increasing adoption of a powerful smartphones, particularly in those based on iOS or Macs and even Androids. So that's it. So next one is the community resources. So these can be done via two modes, namely asynchronous communication and debates, message boards, emails, seminars, feedbacks on assignments. That also includes a synchronous and asynchronous. So in short, the key points of this one is that the asynchronous one and the asynchronous. So those students that are enrolled in online class, I know that they are very much familiar with these two words, because when we say synchronous, we will meet via online, and asynchronous, those were the activities. It is also related with this scenario. So yes. The next one is the database. It is a good source of materials put up by the government or the libraries and educational institutions. Like, are you getting my point? It contains extensive information and graphic interface like websites, electronic page layout, graphics, multimedia, and animated designs. So next one is a software or digital libraries. So this contain programs that the learners may download to their own computers or even Androids. It also includes, like for example, ebooks, interactive CDs, and teaching tools. So those were such the example of this matter. Next one is the teacher-parent interactions. So online conversations with parents included more discussion about pedagogical concerns and were frequently focused on student learning than conversations with parents in traditional school settings. So the parents can also have direct access to classrooms, of course, rather than having their children's educational experiences filtered and interpreted via their children's eyes. So that's it. So moving forward to the teacher interactions. So teachers from all around the world may share their teaching activities and experiences with one another. So this is accomplished using chat rooms such as Creative Education on yahoo.com and other web websites. Moving on to the teacher-student interactions and student-student interactions. So the students can schedule a time to meet online and discuss their findings on weekends and holidays, just like what we're doing right now as a student, right? So, and of course, the different components of the course. So the next one is the online testing. So this one is for the teacher that may create a question bank or an objective type test and distribute it through the network or to the internet. So the students should complete and submit the test. So this can be done by means of assignments in the form of presentations, documents, and audio visuals, as well as online quiz in a various subjects and etc. So just take a look at it. The last but not the least is the role of the teacher in the present era. So the teacher's job has evolved from being the single source of the knowledge to that of a facilitator, while the students explores the vast universe to knowledge for himself or herself. So the learning management system, or the LMS, harnesses the potential of technology to improve learning outcomes and to prepare students for the changes in the world in which they live. So those were the use and the importance of the tools of the technologies. The question is, why do students use information technologies? So here are some of the factors. So the educational business may get several benefits from information technology. So if it will be properly implemented, it improves kids' learning experiences, as well as the communication among teachers, students, and parents, and the productivity of administrators and other staff members. So, on the other hand, why do teachers use information technologies? So, here are some of the reasons. Okay, so Teachers spend less time guiding students and more time promoting student learning when students engage with information technology. So a transition from whole class to a small group instruction, students learn at various rates and at a varying speed. So that is why it happens. Okay, so that ends our chika there with the technology in teaching learning process. So I hope you've learned something, and I want to thank you for spending your time, your effort in giving me time. And though it was a very long discussion, but it is imperative for our students to still listen to it on what is really the significance of the technology in today's generation. So thank you so much, and bye.